Hi guys, it's me again. So today we're less than a week out from the surgery and we have been starting to get like all the phone calls about check-in procedures, the like the pre-op appointments and all that other fun stuff. So this is what my doctor gave me during our appointment. This is what your uterus looks like. I know it looks really interesting, but as you can see, there's a whole bunch of writing on here. And the writing is basically what she's going to be doing. So, for those of you who actually have endometriosis, eggs are created here. They come all the way up and go blue, 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 and drop into your uterus. And then if you don't get it fertilized, it just starts through your period and goes out this way. So what she's going to be doing, this line right here, she's going to make incisions in my stomach, little tiny ones, and then she's going to put scopes in there. She's going to slice right about there. That's right where about the cervix is. This is the uterus. Did you know the uterus is only like 2.5 ounces? It's tiny. It's like this big. Like it's literally just absolutely tiny. And the fact that it gets big enough to hold a baby, it just blows my mind. And then on top of that, you make an extra organ that you just kind of get rid of afterwards. It's mind-boggling. So she's going to actually cut this into pieces. So she's going to slice it from here, kind of cut these pieces into pieces, and then she's going to pull it out of my vagina. Yay! It sounds really freaky. But so the one that I'm having problems with is this one right here. It's my right ovary and my fallopian tubes. So if this one is too far gone, she's going to go ahead and take this one, including the fallopian tubes and this. But she's going to keep this one. This one doesn't really cause that many problems, but she is going to get rid of the fallopian tubes. So she's going to get rid of the fallopian tubes, the uterus, and possibly this right ovary. And what that's going to do is it's not going to put my body into a surgical menopause, is what they say. I'm too young to go into menopause, and if I go into menopause now, it can cause a lot more issues down the line. So, for instance, I have a higher risk of getting more severe osteoporosis. Even though I'm a trainer and I work out a lot and I lift a lot of weights, because it's so early in my lifetime, my body's not prepared for it. So when you surgically put my body into menopause, it kind of fucks your shit up. So in order to prevent that from happening, they're going to keep one or both of my ovaries, and that's going to allow those hormones to keep going through my system so that I don't get all those other issues. At least that's what we're hoping. If she has to take both of them, my husband and I have really discussed what we want out of this, and make sure that you always talk with your partner, because it should not be embarrassing with your partner, whether they're a man or a woman, because they have to live with it too. And it's not just because they're not going through the surgery. There's a lot of other issues that can arise that they're going to have to deal with. Mood swings, there's vaginal dryness, there's your sex life that really kind of suffers sometimes. And with the mood swings and all the hormone changes, it can be really mentally draining on them. And you also need to make sure, are you really done with having kids? If you are not done having kids, you can always have an alternate route by saving some of your eggs or having a surrogate. So there are plenty of amazing women in this world that would give their last breath to give someone else a baby. I personally know one. She's a fantastic lady. She's a doula, and she now specializes in PTSD from birth and pregnancy for women, and she's a client of mine as well. And she's fantastic, and she didn't want her own kids, but she wanted to be a surrogate. So she was a surrogate for somebody, and she gave the gift of life to someone else, which is amazing. So just make sure that you involve your family members. and really decide what's going to be best for you. It's okay if you don't want to have your uterus taken, but it's kind of like a shit end of the stick. It's either you suffer through pain and deal with it, or this. Yeah, it's very graphic, but it has to be said. So I have to actually take 2 showers on within the 24 hours of my surgery. So Sunday night, I have to take a shower that washes my hair. I can't shave for I can't shave 2 days prior, and it's because of any possible infections, open sores, open wounds, skin lesions, that kind of thing. So they don't want you shaving 2 days before. So you can shave like 3 days before your surgery, but not 2, because your hair and your follicles actually like grow back in that time. So it's okay. But they will sometimes ask you to use a special soap. It's called Hibiclens, and it's a very special soap that specifically washes off bacteria off your skin. So what happens is when you're in a surgical environment, you have open sores, you have open skin lesions, and if any of that bacteria on your skin gets inside of your body, it can cause issues. Not to mention if you have something called MRSA, which some people have MRSA and they don't even know it, they're asymptomatic, but it's a bacterial infection that can literally kill you. So they want to make sure that all the bacteria is washed off your skin. So not only do I have to take a shower the night before without eating, and plus you're going to be shitting your brains out, because if they want you to do a colon cleanse, you're just going to feel gross anyways. It's disgusting. I've had to do it twice and I hated every minute of it. One time I made the mistake of having one cocktail with it, and it was coming out of both ends. It was terrible. Do not recommend it. If you think, oh, I'll be fine, it's just a little bit of a colon cleanse, I'll just have one cocktail. Don't do it. I was seriously hugging the toilet for hours and did not get a wink of sleep. Not to mention I had the worst hangover the next day. I literally had 1 4-ounce cocktail. One. It was awful. Don't try it. And so that night I have to take a shower, wash my hair, do my normal stuff, but I can't actually wash my body with my regular soap. No deodorant, no lotions, no face lotions, nothing. I have to take all my nail polish off, off my fingernails and my toenails. And then the morning of, before I go in and check in, I have to take a shower again without shampoo, no hair products, and I have to use this Hibiclens again. So not only do I have to use it the night before, but I have to take another shower the morning of and use this Hibiclens stuff. And then I can't really touch anything. The only thing that can really touch anything is my skin to my clothing. The part you can't help, but all the bad bacteria is off of me. So I will be taking video as much as I can within reason. I've asked my husband to document as much as he can. So taking video of me after he picks me up after surgery, if he can take video of me while I'm in the recovery area, every single step of the way, because I want to make sure that if someone else has to go through this, I'd rather have them be prepared and not scare them. The point of these is not to scare people, but it's also to help myself. This surgery, I'm really struggling with it because I have a 4-year-old to think about, and I'm terrified of dying. It's a real thing. There can be freak accidents. My last surgery was almost 7 years ago, and a lot can happen in just a year. I have a lot more at risk now. Beforehand, it was kind of like, it was just me and my husband and my animals. My animals would be fine. They wouldn't even, they might be sad for a little bit, but, they'll move on. My husband, he'll find another wife. It's fine. But my kid won't have another mom. So this time it's a little bit more of a struggle. And I'm trying to cope with taking my uterus. And it's not that I'm thinking about what if I want to have other kids. I just want to make sure I'm making the right decision to be in the least amount of pain as possible. because I still have to live with pain if it is this ARD, this adhesion-related disease, or if it really is my endometriosis. If it is the endometriosis, I know this is the right decision for me. If it's not, I mean, this is a big surgery. I'm having an organ removed. Well, a few actually, because technically your ovary is one organ, your fallopian tubes are another, and then your uterus is the third. So I've never had anything like this done before, except for wisdom teeth, and that's a beast in itself. So if you guys have any questions about how you would feel, or if you are struggling with the decision yourself, or if you just feel like you need that extra boost of support, like, comment, and subscribe, because you're going to probably laugh your asses off when you see me all druggied up next week. So, but I will at least share with you what this Hibiclens soap looks like. It looks like pink goo from Ghostbusters. It's kind of gross looking. But my mom's wife actually has to have a huge bottle of it at her house, because she's had open heart surgery. She's really susceptible to bacterial infections, and she's on a lot of medications. I mean, it's just her way of life, and she can get really bad bacterial infections extremely easily, and so she has to keep this in her house, and every couple of weeks, maybe every 2 weeks, she has to do a Hibiclens shower, which is stripping all the bacteria off of her skin. So of course she's been kind of educating me in terms of this product and what it would do, and it really dries out your skin. It really dries out your skin. So I have sensitive skin. I don't use store-bought soap. I am one of those hippie people that always uses homemade soap, like the natural soaps you can get at like the farmers markets and stuff, because otherwise I break out. I still have adult acne because of it. Plus the shit just smells good, and you know where it comes from. I don't know what all these chemicals are in these soaps at the grocery store. So I'm kind of nervous about how this soap is going to make my body feel, and if I'm going to be really itchy. So, but after the surgery, I'm going to start going through the healing process and what you should and shouldn't do for your pelvic floor, because this wrecks your stomach. It's taking out an organ, it's replacing it with nothing, and it's a big, huge adjustment for your body and your pelvic floor. And if you already have POP and you get rid of that organ, it's a lot of readjustment for your body. And so I'm going to be going through the recovery process in a female fitness way. So I'll be going through a lot of those steps and what you should and shouldn't do, that also will kind of intertwine with pregnancy and postpartum. And that's the part where I really want to help other women, is knowing what you can do after a surgery like that or after baby, because it's really important. It's something that we don't talk about. And most women just have that insecurity as like, shit, I need to get back in the fucking gym because I feel like a fat cow. I just birthed a watermelon through a pee hole, and now my husband thinks I'm a big fat slob because I'm sleep deprived. I have this little new human on my boob all the time and I can't sleep. So the only way to feel normal is a woman will go into the gym and work their ass off and wind up hurting themselves, and then get to this point where they probably might have to have surgery in order to fix the problem that they created. So here we are. But if you have any questions about this lovely diagram, let me know. Comment, like, share. Bye.